Hey guys, welcome to Island 3. Go ahead and grab your hero. You're going to set her on strong. You will go ahead and put a float out, and this is strictly just to get started for the map. We'll go ahead and put a boat in the float, and we're going to start it as a 0-2-0, and then when you have enough money, just upgrade it to a 2-2-0. Mark it on strong so it's targeting the boss. We're going to start preparing for a spike, so after you get it to a 2-2-0, kind of place a spike a little bit ahead of the boss, and we're going to go ahead and start it as a 0-0-2, and when you can, upgrade it to a 0-2-2, and then you can sell the boat and make it a 0-3-2. Basically, you want to create a moab shredder as quickly as possible because moab shredders do really effective damage against this particular boss. So as soon as you have enough, you can honestly sell the boat and create your first moab shredder. You can mark it from close and then turn around and mark it on smart, so then it goes towards the back of the track so we can keep these. After you get that first one down, you'll go ahead and place another one. It's going to be the same path. It's going to be a 0-3-2. You can leave it on close, and then you can turn around and mark it on smart, so then it follows with the boss. Once you get the second one down, we're going to go ahead and place a druid for balloon cleanup. We're going to make it a 1-3-0. This is strictly just to help with all of the balloons because this particular boss tends to spit out balloons and mobs, so we do need some additional defense. Once we get that druid out, we're going to place 3 spikes. They're all going to be the same. It's going to be 0-3-2. These spikes are a great strategy because this boss will loop as well too, and that's why these are perfect throughout this first loop. After you get that third one, go ahead and upgrade your druid to a 1-4-0 to have additional defense, and then place 2 more spikes. They're going to be the same path, 0-3-2. You can place them along the line and then kind of throughout the right-hand side and even in the middle as well too. We will need some camo detection after we place that second one. So I'm going to go ahead and place a wizard down. It's going to be kind of towards the beginning half of the map. I'm going to start it out as a 0-2-3. And then I'm going to spam a bunch of more spikes. While this is going around the loop, you want to put as many moab shredders as possible. When it starts going towards 33 and on, you can go ahead and grab your wizard and upgrade it to a 0-2-4 just to help with added defense. And then kind of continue on with the spike factories with the moab shredders. We're starting to prepare basically for our first T5. Our first T5 is going to be a T5 spike. We're going to do the middle path. So you kind of want to continue spamming these moab shredders. And then what we'll do as the ball starts looping around for the last time in the little section, you'll go ahead and place a spike, and you want to start it out as a 2-4-0 and then sell all of the spikes and upgrade it to a 2-5-0. That way we don't have to micro too hard, and we can focus strictly on T5s after this. If you want to continue the moab shredders all throughout this loop and kind of micro hard, you can, but I will show you this is going to get you 107, so it's going to get you a high score, and then we don't really have to micro much after we get that first T5. Once we get that T5 spike, go ahead and place a village within range of the spike and make it a 0-0-4. I'm going to place down a sniper, but I'm not going to upgrade it yet. I'm going to place another druid out within range of that village and make it a 1-5-0. I'm going to go ahead and sell that first druid that I did. The reason why is I'm going to end up putting a T5 village middle path, and I want all of my towers within range of it. That's why I'm going to go ahead and sell that first one so it's within range. If you place it right the first time or put all of your towers within range of it, then you don't have to worry about turning around and selling. Once you get that druid upgraded, go ahead and upgrade that sniper to a 2-0-5. Mark it on strong so it's constantly targeting the boss. We'll go ahead and place another T5 sniper. It's going to be the top path. We're going to make it a 5-0-2. Again, make sure you mark it on strong so that way it's targeting the boss. You can just let it fast forward because we're pretty much done with all of the micro. We'll go ahead and grab a dartling. We're going to make it a mad. We're going to make it a 2-5-0, and you just make sure that you target the boss and move it with the boss. You can sell any other additional moab shredders that you have. So I left one. I accidentally had a few over to the right-hand side. You'll see me go ahead and sell those. And you can just let this speed forward, create your mad whenever you can. After we go ahead and get our mat created, we're going to pair all of our towers that we have basically with a T5 village. We're going to make it a 250. Make sure you use the village ability whenever you can. You can just let this speed forward because all we are going to do is just upgrade this to a 250 and then just move our dartling within range of the ball so that way the dartling's pierces are hitting the ball. So that's all we're going to do. Once we do this, we're going to actually start preparing for another T5 spike. We're going to do top path. We're going to make it a 502. When we do, we kind of want to place it ahead of the boss because it is very expensive for that top path. It's like 125,000. So we want to make sure that we time it just right on the placement. So then that way, once the boss comes up, we have enough time to where it's created. The top path is going to be a great defense for this particular boss, especially since we don't have cheap paragons that we can create. Once we upgrade our spike, you can mark it from close to smart. We'll go ahead and need to pair this with a helicopter. We're going to make it a 240. This is strictly just to move that top path T5 spike. That way it's always in range of the boss and then we don't have to turn around and sell it. After we get that, we'll go ahead and place a plane. It's going to be a 205. If you do have the monkey knowledge, make sure that you put it on wing monkey and then constantly move your T5 spike when the helicopter's ability refreshes. So that way it's always in front of the boss and then kind of helps with the mob cleanup as well too. Once we upgrade our plane, we're going to put out a boat. You can either put it in the pond that we put out. You can also put it in the water to the right. It doesn't matter. If you place your village right, you might even be able to get it within range of your village. I did not do good placement here, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade a boat to a 502. It boosts the planes, and also if you put additional boats, it will boost that as well too. So it is a great strategy. You can even spam a couple more boats or planes, whichever one you prefer. Since we did put that boat out, I'm going to go ahead and place another plane. I'm going to make it a top path T5. It's going to be a 502. And then I will also put out another T5 sniper. If you do the middle path, it boosts the other snipers. So after I create that top path T5 plane, I'm going to go ahead and do the middle path sniper. It's going to be a 250 marked on strong. That way it's constantly targeting the boss as well too. You'll also see me go ahead and throw in a glue gunner. I'm going to make it a 052 within range of my village just to kind of help with the balloons and slowing them down. And then I will place another boat. It's going to be a 052. I specifically did camo path detection for the T5 middle path boat. That way it grabs the black mobs and it kind of helps with that mob cleanup. If you don't want to cross path that, you don't have to. You can just do the middle path. It's strictly just to help with the balloon cleanup aspect. And then after that, I went ahead and started another T5 dartling. I wanted to do the top path of 520. I got to a 420 and then I ended up, then my run ended up ending. This will get you 107. If you want to micro extremely hard, you could probably even create a paragon, but as you see, if you just really want a solid score that's going to get you over 100 each time, this is going to be your strategy. Varied a little micro. All you have to do is at the beginning with the mob shredders. As soon as you have enough and you can create your first T5 spike middle path, then you will have plenty of time and it's not a lot of micro and you can just focus strictly on creating T5 towers and not having to put a zillion towers out throughout the entire time. As always, thank you so much. I'll be working on Island 4 shortly. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like and subscribe and drop a comment on how far you got. Bye guys.